And we are live. What's good, Josh? Your man DL Saint. How y'all doing? Happy Sunday. Yeah, gotta go to work tomorrow. For a lot of y'all, man, the weekend's over. This is the last day. I hope y'all enjoy these last few hours of your weekend. Hope you're good out there. Hope you're good. I hope everything is well. Yeah, I know I was gonna do that Samson and Delilah episode today, but I'm trying to find someone in that space, you know what I mean? Someone spiritual, like some sort of spiritual leader or priest or pastor or, someone. I think that's what that episode will definitely need. So just give me some time to find that. Hopefully I'll find them soon and we'll be able to get that up. Because I mean, it's some good contrast. Like, it's some stuff I want to talk about, you know what I mean, about this, these stories and scriptures and this and that. I found a lot of videos out there, but I want to get someone live that I can kind of talk to and get their take on it, and then pushback or whatever. So yeah, just be looking for it. I'm trying to make that happen. Hopefully, I have someone by tomorrow. If not, we'll just keep pushing it back until I find someone. But today we're going to talk about a video that Melanie King put out. Which I'm a big supporter of Mel King. That's my people. She's cool. I haven't met her in real life, but I've definitely been on her platform, and she's always gracious and pulls me up, and we have some really good conversations. And she found a video of a brother out there with some pretty top tier game, and she was just kind of wowed by this guy on the video. She was just reacting to his video, and I thought it was funny because it goes back to what I was telling her months and months ago. I was like, I'm telling you, the right game, you have women doing whatever. You have women in your rotation and this and that. And Mel was, oh man, she fought me so hard on that rotation. Ew, da da da. I'm like, depends on the dude, depends on how they run their game. So we're gonna react to that. I thought it was hilarious. For real. This video is so funny. And you can see Mel's being sincere. She's like, yo, I think at one point she even says, like, I would fall for this. She's like, I would fall for this. So this is gonna be pretty cool. Definitely gonna have some fun doing this today. So let's go ahead and pull that up and get right into it. And guys, I know that I don't normally do Sundays, so I'm expecting people to catch this on team replay. I ain't mad. Like, I just started doing Sunday. So this is the first full week where, I went live every single day. We're going to be doing this when summer rolls around. I'm going to be vlogging. As you guys know, I am a stand-up comedian, but I've been kind of dormant working on this platform for various reasons. I'm going to start a vlog about stand-up. I'm going to start a vlog about, what the game used to be, what the game is. I'm going to do some videos, probably not lives, but like I'll do some videos when I talk to some of my buddies who were in the game, who are still in the game, and even talk to some people who want to get in the game. Scam Likely is one of those guys thinking about doing stand-up. So I'm definitely going to vlog that experience so you guys can see what really goes on in the stand-up comedian world. I think that'll be pretty cool. I think a lot of you guys will get a kick out of it just to see, it's behind the scenes, a peek behind the curtains to see what really, what it really is. So we'll see. So I'll be doing some vlogs and I'll be doing some stuff in that vein, talking about stand-up comedy. Like when I'm gonna have to start doing open mics again. I'm gonna start promoting events again, like doing shows, coordinating, bringing people together, getting venues, and I'm gonna be vlogging all that stuff, y'all. So we'll see how it turns out. It should be good. It should be interesting. I tell you this, it won't be boring. It will not be boring. It's gonna be an eye opener when you see the type of people who try to get into the stand-up comedy game. I don't do improv, but I'm sure we'll run across some improv people. So we'll see what to do. So yeah, let's get into this. Let's pull it up. This was a pretty cool. Like I said, man, I was shocked when I saw this. It's about 24 minutes. I doubt if we get through the whole 24, but we're gonna rock with it as long as we can, and poke some fun at my friend Melanie King. You know what I'm saying? And I call her a friend. Even though we haven't met in real life, I'm pretty sure one of us will have a live event somewhere at some point, and we'll be able to meet up. But yeah, let's get into it. Let's check this out.
And that's why you always leave on a good note, because you want to be able to spin the block. Because your interaction with that woman was never bad. All she remembers is a good time. The only thing that she remembers is that the relationship ended for some reason that we don't understand, and we always make it very vague. And for me, it was very easy because I was in the military and I would deploy a lot. So if I wanted the relationship to end, I would just be like, yo, I'm about to leave. I'm going on the TDY. And we would eventually cut ties like that if I was done with her. Why don't we go to the mall? You can help me pick out the candles that you like to smell in my house. Women like that type of stuff. It gives them agency. You have to give them some agency. So she's like, okay, cool. Let's go to Bed Bath and Body Works or whatever it is. We go there. It's like a little nice little date, smelling candles. She's picking out the ones that she likes. And you end up buying some candles. You buy her a couple of candles and you go your ass back home and you go chill. You go hit that thing throughout the weekend and you send her ass back to her place. So what's more expensive? Having a full-time girlfriend or a single servant relationship?
I'm calling it.
Yo, like this dude right here, just his game. We're gonna get into it, man. We're gonna break down his game, man. Man, look, brothers in the military. He said TDY. That's temporary duty. Normally, when someone gets some TDY orders, they have to go somewhere for a short amount of time. It'll be less. Normally, it's less than a year, but it could be any amount of time. And so it just means you're still attached to whatever unit you're attached to. Let's say you're at Fort Gordon, Georgia. You're still attached to your unit there, but they give you orders to go somewhere else. Let's say Fort Bragg, North Carolina, to do a 3-month mission. And that's the temporary duty. You're going to send you down there for 3 months to work with some other unit, and then you come back. It could be 3 months. It could be 9 months. You know what I mean? I'm not sure what the regs say on how long TDY could be extended. But anyway, so that's his game. His brother's probably like, he's out there. He's military. He looks like he's fit. You know what I mean? He's fashionable in the sense that he's taking on that gentleman game. You know what I mean? Looks like he's taking a note out of Kevin Samuels' book, and he's actually being stylish with, the type of suit he's wearing. You looked at that double-breasted vest, the lower cut vest. Pretty cool. I got a couple of those. You know what I mean? So he's, got the tie clips. You know what I mean? I don't know what that jewelry is that he has on the vest, but hey, it is what it is. Like I said, everyone has their own style. This guy's running his game, and it sounds like he's mastered what he's doing. And all he is doing, in my opinion, is he is showing women what they want to see and is not giving them an opportunity to lock down any kind of commitment. He's not giving them any means to add value. He's going to talk about that in a minute. It's a brilliant game. It's brilliant. So let's listen to what Mel has to say about it.
Now, this is scary. He said he wanted to scare me. Not the candle shop. Not. Y'all know. I'm a candle hoe.
I want women to listen to this, and I want them to understand.
Yo, it's the little things like that, fellas. If you're watching, not just candles shopping. He's talking about Bath and Beauty Works, I think is what it is, because he confused it with Bed Bath and Beyond. It's really Bath and Beauty Works. That's what it's called. He confused Bed Bath and Beyond with that. Bath and Beauty Works, but at Bed Bath and Beyond, you can get candles in there too. Yeah, but Bath and Beauty Works is when you get all kind of. You can buy a basket with soap, shampoos, body sprays. Like if there's someone, if I'm gonna get a gift for a friend or a family member, that's a woman, that's where I'm going. That's a no-brainer. You go in there, you're asking what are the top 3 sellers right now. The people will tell you like, well, this, and this. All right, give me one of those, and throw in some of those soaps. They put it in a little box or a bundle for you. Boom, you out of there. What's the most I ever spent in there? I think I spent over $100 in there once buying stuff for like 3 people. You know what I mean? So it's not like they got deals. They have always all kind of sales. It is inexpensive. It is very inexpensive, and women will love it. And every time they take a bath or a bubble bath or they're putting on that stuff, they are going to, they're going to think of you. You know what I mean? Biohackers in the house. Thanks for that, fam. I appreciate that. Yeah. Bath and Body Works. Yeah. That's where I go, bro. I mean, it's yeah, it's fire. Every mall, bro, I go in there and they're always busy, y'all. Always busy. Thanks for coming through here, man. I appreciate that. That's for you, man. Shout out to you. It's a horn shot for you, man, for having it. That's it. Fellas, that's where you go. That's where you go, man. Forget about, expensive gifts. Forget about going to Tiffany's. Forget about going to get one of those forever bracelets or whatever those bracelet thingies, whatever those things are called. Man, I just said thingy. Those bracelet things, whatever they're called. Forget about all that. You know what I'm talking about? The ones with the charms. You know what I mean? Forget about all that. Go to Bath and Body Works. And like Mel said, she was like, "Oh, I'm a candle girl." You know what I mean? Like, she's about that life. Most women are. I tell you another one. Here's another one. I've never done this, but I bet you it could work. If you got one that you're trying to get her in, bro. You're trying to get, trying to get to that Foxy Brown, and you just can't get over the hump, and she's into candles. I would suggest this as a last resort. You bring her over one night. They have her come over, whatever, even like the daytime or something like that. In the evening, hey, why don't you come over, whatever? Instead of saying Netflix and chill, like when she gets there, have all this stuff out to make a candle. And say, hey, let's make a candle. Bro, if that doesn't get her, nothing will. Nothing will. I've never done that, but I was just sitting here thinking about it. I'm like, bro, you get her to the crib, get her somewhere, make a candle. And just for the record, I'm not a big fan of bringing women to the crib, to the house for various reasons, all kind of reasons. But, like you pick your spot, like maybe, get an Airbnb or maybe do it in the park or whatever, you know what I mean? And we'll get into that a little bit later. But yeah, candles, bro. It's a really good cheat code. Let's continue.
That there is a subset of men who are really honest and telling you that, hey, I'm not ready to settle down, but if you want to kick it, we can do that. And that's where y'all fail, because you'll see this man, you're aroused by him, you like the way he treats you, and you get involved with this guy thinking that you could change him. But it's not going to happen. He doesn't present as a Pookie or Ray Ray. He ain't got a bunch of baby mamas. He is not the loud alpha in the group. He's not the typical rapper that's a multi-millionaire and things of that nature. No, these guys are taking care of their business. They're on their purpose, and they just want some female company from time to time.
Like, this game dude spitting is top tier. Most guys can't pull this off. You know what I mean? Like, this dude is like on the cusp of some real true player type stuff, man. He's coming off like a player. Like I said, true players are different. This guy, he sounds close. He sounds close. Like, and it could be one of those things where his game just naturally evolved into that. What he's saying is absolutely true. Like, you present yourself as a gentleman. Again, you're presenting what she wants, what women want. Man, this dude is good. Miss AKA ladies in the house, what's good? Love, how you feeling? She's like, okay, I had to come out of bleachers and applaud that date idea. LOL. Yeah, I'm telling you. I've done so many. I've come up with some schemes and ideas on trying to date, especially when I was in that mode. Like, I meet a woman, I'm thinking like, oh, this is the one. I want to treat her, special. Never worked. But the candle idea would work, especially, like I said, it's the last resort. You've tried everything else. She just isn't ready to, you know what I'm saying? She's just not ready to let you go ahead and do that. I would get out a shot, and if that don't work, then I would move on. But I could tell you so many stories, so many things I've done when I was in the good guy mode, which never really worked for me that well, ever. I've never been successful in good guy mode. I have been extremely successful. I would say 80% of the time I'm successful when I'm in that whatever, I don't care, or that bad boy mode. So, and ladies, men are problem solvers. If there are dudes out there, being F-boys and being bad boys, it's a reason they're doing that. And the reason is they're not finding success being a good guy. Hence this brother right here. You know what I mean? Advice and Arian, what's good? Let's go, DL. Hey, man, thanks, fam. I appreciate that. Let's go. Let's go. On a Sunday, trying to make it happen. I appreciate it. Let's continue with the video.
Your job as a woman is not to fall into that trap. But women will hear this, and they will look at this guy, and they will go out there on the dating market and think that you can change him when you cannot.
So I'm not with nobody, 'cause I don't. And I just went real quick. What dude's talking about? It's probably some dudes out here like, oh man, he's giving up too much sauce, man. He's putting these women onto game. Doesn't matter. They can't resist it. It can't. If you master what this guy is talking about, you will be successful. You will. You will. Again, you do is this game plus running numbers. You will be successful. You will be. Some of the stuff he was talking about in this video, bro, I'm telling you, I was like, yep, I've done that. Yep, I've done that. Not to his extent. I'm always up front. I'll let you know minute one, day one, minute one. Yo, I'm trying to smash. I'm patient. I just want you to know I'm trying to be your friend. You know what I mean? And, you know, it's going to be with the flirtation and, you know what I mean, getting close and, you know, touching and all that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? Wanted touching, not unwanted. She's going to know up front, this is what I'm trying to do. What I'm trying to do here is going to lead to something physical. I'm always up front. This particular game he's using, it's more covert than overt. You get me? You know what I mean? Brother Marcus is in here. My favorite devil dog. What's good, man? How you feeling? I mean, how are you feeling, bro? I tell you what, man, because it is Sunday and I know how religious you Marines are. Let's pray.
Pray! This is my rifle. There are many like it, but this one is mine.
Shout out to all my devil dogs out there. You know what I mean? And I purposely said, y'all, you know what I mean on that one. I purposely did that. And don't let me do any more. Don't let me do any more. Let's continue with the video, man. Because and fellas, for those who weren't watching yesterday, I say, you know what I mean more than girls say. I feel like, you know what I mean? It's bad. Like if you were to play a drinking game and have to take a shot every time I use that phrase, you would have to go to the hospital. So I have to change that. I gotta cut that out. But here we go. Let's get back to the video.
I wanna hurt nobody. Did it over.
Hey.
Call me.
Look, Melanie can't dance. I love you, Mel, but you
Hey
can't
guys,
dance.
it's your girl Mel. So I came across a channel called the Medium Man, and I'm going to leave a link to his channel below, to this video below. Check him out. He deals a lot with
And I'm gonna leave a link to this video below so y'all can check out the whole thing.
video he has that I'm going to do also a reaction to, because it's amazing. He really gets to the numbers of things and really explains things in a way I haven't really heard on YouTube. But in this video, he is basically, this gentleman is he says that he's a Sigma male. So a lot of you guys may not know what that is. I'm not getting into that, maybe another video, but there's alpha, beta, and then there's Sigma males, which are kind of an outlier, a small percentage of men. And he's basically explaining to women how they will attach themselves to a man who tells them the truth. But guys, this is game. This is.
Yes, love, it is game. And I told you, Mel, I told you, you got the footage. I told you on your platform. I told you, girl, game. This is what it is. Game. It comes in many forms. This is one of them. And she's right about the percentage. It is a small minority of men who have mastered these variants of game, right? And that's within the top 20%. So they're all in the top 20%. Within that top 20% is a smaller segment of those guys who really understand their game. And all game, gentlemen, all game stems from confidence. When you watch this brother talking on this platform, you can tell he's confident. What he's talking about works. All game stems from confidence. You don't even have to have an elaborate game if you're a confident dude. If you could just walk up to a woman, have a conversation, whatever. I was out last night. Me and the homie Chris, G Complex. We were out last night. He's in Central Florida, man. He's in Tampa on business. You know what I'm saying? We linked up. I pulled up, man. Took him around Tampa. We wound up in St. Pete, and at this live music bar, really cool spot, man. In St. Pete, and it's connected to a cigar bar. So grabbed a cigar. We went over, listened to some live music. You know what I mean? Had a drink. We wound up sitting with some dude who was at a table by himself, had some extra chairs. And look, that dude, Mm. That guy is so representative of what's out there right now. And I got a story. I might tell that story today. If not, I'll tell it tomorrow about what happened with that dude. What Chris and I witnessed. Man, I'm here to tell you, bro. It was sad. It was sad. You know what I mean? If Icenarian says, laugh on my, I'm gonna say butt because YouTube wants to clean up the language. But y'all see, LMNAO, you know what I mean? I say that being said too much, and Anthony has pointed it out. Yeah, bro. I say that all the time, man. I gotta stop it. Let's get back to the video.
This game for men, but this is also to show women the game that is out there that some men can run, and you are living in delusion, living in the land of delusion, because the man will tell you what he's about, but you won't believe him. And he is about to show you why. And some of you guys are going to be like you're going to learn a couple things. And I'm not going to lie. When I watched this, I was in shock because I was like, this would actually get me.
Told you. All people are susceptible to game, right? And she's talking about the women, and living in delusion. Well, there's dudes out there living in delusion too. That's how these simpletons are getting run. They live in delusion. These dudes going into strip clubs thinking they're going to walk out of there with a stripper and everything's going to be A-okay. They're living in delusion. You know what I mean? These the dudes to be sliding into the DMs of the women on Fresh and Fit podcast or the women on whatever podcast. I'm not even sure if whatever podcast lets them give their social media, but I know Myron and Fresh does. And I've seen you dudes sliding in those DMs, saying what you're saying and doing what you're doing. The girls be showing me, bro. I know who y'all are. I know. I'm not going to put you on blast, but I know who you are. All y'all. You know what I'm saying? There's so many of y'all. You can't see them. It blows my mind. So these guys are living in delusion, just like these women are living in delusion, right? It all boils down to game, female game, male game. It's game. And ladies, don't be mad if some men out there have game that's superior to yours, right? We're in the trenches, man. Forget the streets, man. We in the trenches. And when we meet up, it's out there in no man's land where it goes down. You better get your game up, fellas.
This, I would be caught up. Like, it's very difficult to run game on me, but this right here is how someone could run game on me. But Medium Man taught me, so try if you will.
And Mel, I love you, but anyone can have game ran on them. Anyone. And she's proving it right there. She's like, oh, wow, this will actually work on me. There are other ways it would actually work on her. Like, here's the thing. Mel's a beautiful woman. She knows it. She's on YouTube. She has all these simpletons and all these other dudes coming at her. She has top tier guys coming at her, dudes with game, dudes with money and all that. So, yes, the old random okie doke game probably won't work on her in generally speaking. But trust me, there's some dude out there with some real slick sniper game that could get a male king. Trust me when I tell you. It's all about game, fellas and ladies. I applaud all the ladies out there with their game. There's women out there that got top-notch game, and they are wrecking dudes, and they're getting it. And you know what? I salute you. I salute you, ladies. I ain't mad at you at all. Get that money. You know what I'm saying? Break them hearts. Do what you do. Because it only works if a guy allows it to work. And ladies, male game only works if you allow it to work. So, yeah, let's get back to it.
All right, let's go.
Even if you gotta leave somebody.
And this is where I want to scare women. I'm going to try and explain this as best possible. After that first little, I'm going to cook for you date, the next time that she comes over, I don't let women do anything in my house. Anything. I don't want her to wash my clothes. I don't want her to do any dishes after I cooked her breakfast. I don't want her to make up the bed after I allow her to lay in there while I'm going ahead and cooking, lunch or breakfast for her. And most women will look at that and they'll say, this is great. This guy, he don't want me to do anything. But there's a reason why I'm doing that. It's called manipulation. I didn't want.
He's keeping it 100, y'all. He's keeping it 100. Now, back in the day when I was in my prime, we're talking about in the 90s, you know, early 2000s, back in the day, I would have women over my house. I ain't gonna lie to you. That was the best. Like if I could get them to the crib, it was a wrap. If I got them to come to the house, there was a better than 85% chance we're gonna smash that night. Why? My spot's always nice. Generally speaking, I mean, until I got to LA, most of the time I didn't have roommates, right? So I get women to the crib. The furniture is on point. The decorations, like the paintings on the wall and everything is on point. All the fixtures, all the extras, pillows on the table, throw blankets, all that TV and all that entertainment stuff on point. Everything's clean. You walk in, it smell good, plug-ins everywhere. If I get the women to the crib, like I said, man, 90+% chance we smashing that night. The reason I say don't bring them to your crib today is technology has changed to the point where if someone makes an accusation and you can't prove that they're not telling the truth, you got a problem. You got a serious problem. When I used to bring women to my crib, I would take all these crazy routes. And it was at nighttime or in the daytime. I would just drive all over town, these crazy routes. And I've always stayed on properties that had gates. So I would always enter random gates on the property. So it's just really confusing to whoever's with me. Like you really have to be paying close attention to know where we are. And most women aren't paying attention when we're in the car. And I would keep them engaged. Like we get closer to the house, I would keep them engaged in conversation. You guys like, man, you sound paranoid, Uncle Saint. Nah, it's not that I'm paranoid. It's just I didn't want these women to know where I lived because I knew this wasn't going to be long term. And you don't know crazy until you see it. So I would always, hey, let me drive all over. I'm doing all this kind of stuff. I never take the same exit off the freeway. I'm doing all this craziness. So she's not sure where she is. But today, iPhone, boom, drop a pin. She knows exactly where she is. I don't care how crazy you go driving through the maze. It doesn't matter. She knows where you are. Boom, she could drop a pin. Done. Right. And if it doesn't work out, let's say she doesn't go to law enforcement, say y'all did something or whatever, or tries to withdraw consent after the fact or whatever, which is a thing, and that's scary. But let's say she just don't like the fact that she can't have you and she knows where you are. She could be waiting on you, or her people could be waiting on you. And that, my friend, is a problem. So you got to think that through. Shout out to A Dose of Game. He talks about that. He's like, real players don't bring women to their crib. Like I said, players on a different level. They go to hotels. They go to Airbnbs. They'll go to someone else's home. They don't go to their house. They don't bring women back to their crib. So what he's saying, I get 100%. His game makes sense. That's how I used to run it back in the day. I definitely used to run it like that back in the day. Get them to the crib, it's a wrap. You get a woman coming to your house and your house is nice, warm, cozy, inviting, clean, smells good. She ain't gonna want to leave. And you can tell the instant she comes in. The moment she comes in and sits down on the sofa and starts taking clothes off, bro, kicking shoes off, she ain't going nowhere. She don't want to go nowhere. In fact, your place is probably better than hers. So she don't want to go back. She might be living with parents or living with roommates or, got siblings all over the place, man. It's loud, whatever. You got the fortune of solitude. And I didn't have any kids back then either. So, bro, I bring single moms over there, man. They come up. They were just happy to get out the crib. Like, man, just no kids, no nothing, no mama this, no mama that. They turn their phones off, man. 3 hours of solitude doing what you want to do, bro. So that was always a good thing. But today, in today's world, I'd be real careful bringing people to the crib. Real careful.
I want you to feel that you gave me anything, because when the relationship ends, you won't feel that you were used. So on the surface level, it looks like I'm treating you like a queen. It looks like you come over my house, you have a great time. I don't let you lift a finger. So when the relationship ends, you won't be able to say, well, I did this, this, and this for you, because you'll leave the relationship like, damn, I didn't add any value to this man's life, but not knowing that was the whole plan in the beginning. Because
you see why his game is so thorough and on point. He does not give the women that he messes with an opportunity to add value. He doesn't do it. He's pedestalizing them, right? That's what he's really doing. But he ain't got no feelings attached. None. His mission is to smash. Those young men out there, those men, period. Y'all dudes that done talk to me. What's the first thing I ask you when you ask me about dating dynamics and how to approach women, this and that? I ask you, what's your mission? Right? What's your mission? This dude's mission is to smash and pass them along and make sure they leave happy. So everything he's talking about, he's treating them like a queen. They're coming over to being, they could be lazy. They ain't got to do nothing. He won't allow them to add any kind of value whatsoever. And he's best believe he's running a rotation. He mentions that here in a second. So when the time is up and they leave, they can't be mad at him. Again, that was part of my game. I never had anybody mad at me, slashing my tires, keying my car. Never. Why? Because I never lied to him. I told him the truth. What he's doing, if you do it right, you golden. If you mess it up, if you allow this woman to fall for you, because you said baby, or you said I love you, or you crossed that line. If you cross that line, now you've hurt her, you've lied to her, you've done something, and that could be a problem. That could be a problem. You know what I'm saying? But this game right here is fire, yo. Brother Penny Jules in the house. What's good, fam? How you feeling? Just joined the stream. Wanted to show support. Get the likes up. Appreciate that, bro. Appreciate that. I do appreciate that. On a Sunday, we talking game. So yeah, be careful, fellas. If you decide to run this game or variant of this game, this whole approach hinges on you not hurting the female emotionally. Don't hurt this woman. Don't lie to this woman. This game, this brother is simply presenting to women what they want, but he's not allowing them to have it. He's not lying to them. He's simply presenting what they want, giving them that experience, smashing, and then moving on to the next one. It's a brilliant game. It's brilliant. Mel King. Come on now. It's brilliant. You have to agree. You've already agreed, Mel. So you already see what I'm saying.
I didn't want you to get attached, because when women know and they see a good guy, they want to add value because they want to make sure that you understand that they are useful to you. So they'll try and look at things around the house to make sure, hey, I could buy him wash towels or something like that. So I'm going to go ahead and make sure I get him that. Or I'm going to make sure that I clean the dishes after he cooks breakfast, because she's going to think about that after the relationship ends, and she's going to use that as an excuse. Well, I did so much for you, but I found the loophole. If you treat her like a queen and you don't let her do nothing, then she'll leave the relationship once the relationship ends, because it'll eventually end. She'll leave thinking that I added nothing to this guy's life, when that was a whole plan from the jump. I didn't.
This bro ain't playing. He got it down to a science, y'all. He's got it down to a science. I'm gonna pull up the full screen. Well, let me pull this down. So if you look here to the left side of the screen, his right. If you look back here, he says he's a military guy. I don't recognize this unit insignia, the spade, but the tabs above it. The first tab is airborne. Looks like there's a second tab above it. I don't think it's special forces. It's certainly not Ranger. I'm not sure what that is. The military has added a bunch of tabs, man, because everybody wants to look high speed. Everybody wants. It's like when I was in the military, if you wanted tabs, you had to go to certain schools. You want an airborne tab, go to airborne school and get assigned to the airborne unit, right? Like if you wanted, you know what I mean? I said, you know me. God dog it. I didn't mean saying that. If you want a Ranger tab, go to Ranger school. If you want a Ranger scroll, you had to go, full blown Ranger. If you want special forces, you can get a special forces tab by just being assigned to a special forces unit. It doesn't make you a Green Beret. You feel me? You get if you're in the special forces unit, you're issued the Green Beret as your headgear, and you get a tab, but you're not a Green Beret. You're not special forces. You're just assigned to their unit. And I think that works the same way with some Ranger units. I think the Ranger Battalion, everyone's a Ranger. So like if you actually get into the Ranger Regiment, Ranger Battalions, everyone has to be a Ranger, but don't quote me on that. But the Army has changed a little bit because people want to look high speed, so they get tabs for everything. It's like everybody gets a gold star. It sucks. All right, back to this, but I just want to point that out. This dude is definitely military, and he's going to talk about his military experience a little bit here and how he uses that to enhance this game. Brother Dame is in the house. What's good, fam? How you feeling? Good to see you. We over here just talking a little bit, man. So let's keep this going.
I didn't want you to do anything because I didn't want you to use that as an excuse or an example as to why you felt like you were being used, because you weren't used. You were treated like a queen. You didn't do anything. You didn't lift a finger in my house. When we went out on dates, you didn't pay for shit. When you came over my house, all your snacks was already prepared. And I would even go as far as to say, I would buy her like slippers or slides. So it feels like a personal thing when she comes over. So when she comes over my house for the second or third weekend, she can put her bags down, take her shoes off, and she can get into her slides.
Yeah, y'all see Melanie. She's kind of listening. She's like, oh my goodness. Everything he's saying works. Again, you have to know what you're doing. This game has to be seamless. Seamless. What he's talking about. No mistakes. No mistakes. When women come to your place to get comfortable, bro, they will leave things behind. Gentlemen, they will leave things behind. Understand that. So if you're running this rotation and you're using this form of game, because he's not telling them that they are his only one, that, that they are in this relationship. He's not telling them that. He's just presenting and allowing them to make that assumption on their own. From the way he's talking, I'm willing to bet that if they were to say, so what are we? Then he would set them straight. We're just doing this. You're not my woman. I'm not your man. We're just doing this. You never want to lie to a woman and tell her that you guys are in a relationship and then you out here smashing others. You never want to do that. If you do that, it's going to bring problems, right? So when you run a rotation like this and you're presenting in the way that he's presenting and letting these women, letting that hamster wheel in their head go crazy and think whatever it is they're thinking, you need to understand that they're going to be leaving stuff behind. Socks, they'll leave back a sock, some jewelry, hair clips, clothing. They're going to leave stuff behind. So this is why running rotations is so tiring. If you're going to do this, every time someone leaves, you got to sweep the house like CSI, bro. You got to sweep the house like you're a CIA, operative. Sweep the house. You got to check everything, bro. It'd be like the smallest little jewelry and this and that, but it's definitely female. They're trying to mark the territory. You got to go through and you got to check. You got to check. Oh, you left this. Hey, don't forget that. You got to stay on top of it. Because if you don't, it can mess up whoever's coming through next. Right? So keep that in mind, fellas. That's how it works.
Not knowing that I'm probably sharing these slides with a couple other women, but it is what it is, right? And I hope this shit is scaring women to death. And every woman that I've dealt with, that I was dating during that time frame, they all say the same thing. When I was with you, you treated me like a queen. I didn't have to do anything. And the reason why I did that is because, like I said, for one, is to make sure you didn't feel attached and you didn't add anything to my life. And for two, I want to be able to spin the block.
We got to stop taking a badge of honor or bragging about our exes or dudes from our past that spin the block.
And this is none of those things. This is things that women won't tell you. You dealing with a woman, right? And she brings up the fact that she's recently divorced or she's just out of a relationship. If you get to that point, trust and believe whoever that guy is going to spin the block. What does that mean? He's going to be able to come back and smash. If she has a child, if he's the baby daddy, right? 7, maybe 8 times out of 10, whenever he comes over, he's smashing. He's going to have that. She had his child. She's really attached to this dude. Like I said, 7 out of 8 times, 7, maybe 8 times out of 10, she's still smashing dude. spinning the block. So, gentlemen, understand, female game entails that. You sitting around thinking, oh my goodness, she's the best. She's a traditional woman. She's a good girl. Please. She getting her back blown out, player. She's getting her back blown out by a dude who's doing absolutely nothing for her. Meanwhile, you're taking her out. You're flying her out. You're taking on expensive dates. You know what I mean? You're doing the dinner date, which includes a helicopter flight. You're spending on average $2,500 a month on this woman, and she won't even smash you. Why? Because she, again, as soon as she gets back from one of your exotic little, experiences with you, she's like, oh my God, you're so great. All right, talk to you later. Bye-bye. Boom. She hangs up the phone. And then moments later, this is what you hearing. Dude already in there waiting. How do I know? Because I've been the dude that was waiting. Just letting y'all know, bro. This is how the game is played. Don't get mad. Yes, people are spinning the block. Women want top tier guys, period.
Just because he come back, that don't mean he want a second chance. That don't mean he regrets something. That don't mean you just all of that in a bag of chips. Most of the time, dudes just be bored. They want an ego boost or they want something convenient. You got to understand, most people, these dudes don't be want to start over, learn somebody new. They know you. They know how to woo you. They've done it before. So they're going to spin that block to see if they still got that easy access. And if they do, they're going to just see how far they can go. It ain't about commitment. It ain't about you being great.
When I tell you, see, some of y'all.
That woman was saying all that stuff, right? About he just wants to feel good. No. That's how women feel about that. Dudes who are quote unquote spinning the block, they come to smash because it's just a handshake. Guys can have sex and not care. It's just sex. Trust me when I tell you, it's just sex. The last few bits she was saying, like he's just trying to see if he can get in there, and if he can, he's gonna do it. Yes. Does he have any emotional tie to that? No. He gets the bus one, and he doesn't even have to be good. You know what I mean? It doesn't even have to be good. He doesn't have to try. He doesn't have to kiss. He doesn't do anything. He doesn't have to do anything. He's going to bend you over the desk, ladies, and do his thing. And if you allow it, that's what he's going to do. He's going to do it until he gets tired of doing it. It's nothing to do with emotions in those type situations. 7 times out of 10, it has nothing to do with emotions. Dude, just know I might be able to smash this real quick. She making me come over here to talk about, something. It's always about the child. You know what I mean? Little Bobby or little Jenny is acting a certain way. Can you come over? Can I talk to you about this? Can you come over? Really? You need me to come over to talk about this? Fine. Dude, I already know what time it is. I'm finna go over here and smash. Go over here. She says what you got to say. Okay, I'll talk to the child when I have him on my, my weekend, or when I have him next week. I'll talk to him and find out what's going on. That's it. That's what you're gonna hear. That's what you're gonna hear. He gonna smash, and then he's gonna leave. Ladies, men look at sex way different than you guys do. We look at sex way different. We can have meaningless sex. We can do it. We can do it. Just so you guys know, it's a thing. You know what I mean? Brother Dame was like, new pairs of shoes. Yeah. And this thing with the slides, you saw how Melanie got upset. What? You better not be wearing my slides. Brilliant. 1 pair of slides for all the ladies. He's probably running. This dude right here is probably running a rotation. He might be running a rotation in the double digits. He's military too. He might be running a rotation in double digits. It's just one of those things, y'all. So let's continue.
A thought that when he started talking, he's talking about simping. No, this man is strategic. He knows the end before it begins.
Facts, Mel. This guy meets women and he knows this is going to end well for both of us. He's going to get what he wants out of it. She's going to feel like a princess or whatever through the whole process. He's going to get the smash, whatever. And he knows, well, when it ends, there's a really good chance I'll even be able to circle the block and come back and hit it one more time 6-8 months down the road, maybe a year down the road. It's a brilliant game. Brilliant.
Okay. So let's first of all, he said the first thing he started talking about, because I think it's like clips of a live stream. He talked about his first day, like he cooks for a woman, which for a woman, that feels really special. Now, there's some women who want to be out in the scene and all of that. I get that. But I know for a woman like me, he wants to, I don't know on the first date if I'll let him cook. Like I don't know if I'm going to his house. So, but let's just say hypothetically, that would mean something if I know the guy. And that would feel special, like he's invested in me. He really is feeling me. But keep in mind, he actually have told women from the beginning, I don't want a relationship. I'm not looking for anything serious. But then he starts to do things that makes him like a dream man, which gets you hooked to him. But then you can't really complain about him not committing to you because he already told you what it is. Come on.
Like, she is breaking it down, y'all. She is breaking it down. I just wanted to stop her real quick about the cooking thing. Gentlemen, preparing breakfast is the easiest thing in the world. Pancakes from scratch. There's so many recipes out there. Make it, pull it up on your phone, pull it up on your computer. French toast. I love making French toast. It's the easiest. You know, it's just a matter of modifying the recipes to your taste, bro. So you get a woman to stay over, or you get a woman to come over for brunch, and you got French toast, maybe some turkey sausage. You could do eggs. You know, get yourself a little griddle or whatever. They're really inexpensive. You know, work on your cooking game. You bring a woman over, French toast, some eggs, some sort of sausage, maybe turkey sausage or whatever, beef sausage or something like that, and some fruit, strawberries, grapes, maybe cantaloupe, watermelon, something like that. Put that plate in front of her, bro. Some good, you know, some real maple syrup. Maybe even warm the maple syrup up a little bit. And then, boom, y'all eat, and then y'all go out and have a walk or whatever. I'm telling you, bro. If you do that at 11 a.m., it's a real good chance by 6 p.m., 7 p.m., that's how you're going to be here. I'm telling you, y'all. And for dinner, man, get yourself a filet. Hey, prepare yourself a nice filet, you know what I mean? Medium. Maybe look, you know what I mean? I like to go medium. Some people like medium rare, whatever, but I like medium. Go medium with it. Slice it. Right? Serve it with rice, which is out of a bag. You just boil it. Serve it with rice and some sort, like maybe asparagus or maybe some broccoli, or, you know what I mean? Figure out what type of veggies you want to have in there, some carrots, whatever. Boom. Throw that out there with some you could do some sort of grilled bread, like get some Texas toast kind of thing, and butter it up. Put a little bit of garlic on there, grill that up, man. Put that on there, slice it, throw that on there. That's dinner. Yeah, man, go out and have some drinks. You know, serve that with some wine. I would say maybe a Merlot. Serve that with some wine. You know what I mean? Look it up. I'm no winey guy, but look it up and see what's good with that red meat. You know what I mean? Like I said, it'll definitely be a red. You want to serve it up with a red. Bro. And then boom, have the Uber come up, man, and y'all go out and you know, have, you know, go do something, some live music somewhere, some karaoke, whatever, somewhere free. By the time y'all come back, come on, bro. All night. All night. I'm telling you, if you run this game, he's running. It's crazy. Let's get back to Mel.
Come on, ladies. Men tell you so many times, there are some men who don't, but a lot of men will say that. And we think that we can change his mind, that we can make him want us. And then especially if he's cooking, that's very intimate. Then I don't do anything in the house. He's just like, no, baby, let me take care of you. No, I don't want you to. I want you to relax, lay in bed. And then getting me my own slippers. I have no idea that another woman, let me find out another woman's wearing my slippers. Whoo,
But Mel, who said they were your slippers? They're just slippers. They're just slides. Who said they were yours? His game is perfect because he's never lying. If you don't lie, you're golden. This man's game is perfect. And what Mel is talking about is true. A guy like, ooh, I can get him. I don't have to change him much. He's perfect. He's presenting the perfect dude. That's what he's presenting. And every woman feels that they are entitled to that guy. He's not committing. He's not saying you're my woman. He's not saying I love you. He's not calling you babe when that's one of the things I never did. I say love. What's good, love? How you feeling? All right, I see you, love. All right. You know what I mean? And then if we're getting real, I say, you know what I mean? Dang it. And then once we getting intimate or whatever, we have, you know what I mean, the Foxy Brown and Joystick is doing their things, I might call it gangster. Oh, you gangster, girl. I see you, you gangster. So if I do say babe or baby, I'm saying gangster first. Oh, you gangster, baby. Now that sounds like gang. And she understands and accepts the game. You got to let them know they're still in the game. When dudes talk about maintaining frame, this is what they're talking about, gentlemen. This is what they're talking about. This is how it truly works. And you must be a confident man to pull this off. You know what I mean? Brother Pitney, Pitney is saying women are never truly single. They're always dealing with someone. Only the context varies. Absolutely. Facts. Brother Mandrell's in the house. Speaking of Green Berets, Brother Mandrell's in the house. What's good? Brother Carr's car. Oh, well. Guess I'm stuck smashing the like button. That's funny, bro. And yes, please smash the like button, y'all. Please smash the like button. Let's get back to Sister Melanie.
That is But let me say, I don't know that at the time. This is game. This would make me feel so comfortable and really, like, I would say, because people say watch a person's actions, not their words. With this, he's told you the words, but the actions show that he's invested. So you don't believe it. So you've got to have those aligned. See, the words have to match the actions.
And you notice she was saying this would make me feel. As a guy in a situation like this, I'm going to start thinking about what's going on here. Like, this may be a little too perfect. But women, nah, it feels right. It feels good. They're going to go with the feeling because the feeling feels good. Now, she doesn't mention this at all, but I'm just going to point this out with dude's game. Again, if you're going to try to run some game like this, your phone has to be on silent. It has to be on silent. And you know what I mean? Make sure that it stays dark. And when you're entertaining women at your crib, don't even have your phone on you, bro. Put it somewhere where she can't get to it. It's gone. It's somewhere. Because this game falls apart if your phone is buzzing every 5 seconds, bro. This game falls apart. And trust me, this man has a lot of women hitting him up. Right? So, fellas, if you're going to run this game, in order to make this illusion complete, you cannot have people interrupting it. You know what I mean? And the problem is these women know where he lives, so it'll get to a point where women feel like they just stop by. I don't know what he's doing to keep women from just stopping by his place. Again, that's another problem with having people coming over to your crib. That's an issue. Or maybe he just doesn't care. It happens every now and then. He just lose 2 and replace them with 4 more. This guy's game is crazy. Crazy. And like Mel was saying, she feels, so it feels right. And he's not lying. He's simply presenting what they want.
It's important to have both. Now, some of you guys, again, this is not simping because the man has a plan. This is some high level game, at least to me. Some of y'all are pimps and like, that ain't no big deal. Okay. I'm saying this would confuse me. So I would literally think this was my man, like, and we were going to ride off into the sunset with this. Now, is it his fault that I am inferring this? He hasn't told me this. He hasn't made promises, and he's told me the opposite. But I am so used, not me, but I'm saying women are so used to men treating them a certain way. When you have a man that is acting like this, it spoils you. It really ruins you, if I'm honest, like on how a man should treat you. But it's not real. And that's the scary part. I'm scared.
So there it is. Y'all want to know where the term alpha widow came from? It came from dudes like this. Shout out to this brother right here. Shout out to him. Player. This game right here is perfect. And the way it's been presented here, it's perfect. I can see it. And like she said, some of you might say this is weak game. There's not a man alive who in the game for real would say this is poor. And that's not a man alive. If a dude's out here talking like hating on this game, that guy has zero game. Trust me when I tell you. Y'all know the term game peeps game, bro. Man, this dude right here making it happen.
Scared. He said it's going to scare me. This dude scares me in a good way.
When I say spin the block, I want to be able to contact you later on down the road, maybe 1, 2, 3 years, and you will remember the time that you spent with me where you were treated like a queen, and you'd be like, you know what? I had a great time with that guy. I want to go see him again. And that's why you always leave on a good note, because you want to be able to spin the block, because your interaction with that woman was never bad. All she remembers is a good time. The only thing that she remembers is that the relationship ended for some reason that we don't understand, and we always make it very vague. And for me, it was very easy because I was in the military and I would deploy a lot. So if I wanted the relationship to end, I would just be like, yo, you know, I'm about to leave. I'm going on the TDY. And we would eventually cut ties like that if I was done with her. So when it's time to spin the block and she sees me on Instagram, she hits me up. Hey, how you been doing? She looks on my page, see that I'm living my best life. And she's like, man, that guy is still in shape. This guy is still doing well for himself. Let me reach out to him to see how he's doing. We start talking.
And all those women on Fresh and Fit, when Myron and Fresh asked them about their Instagram, if you were with a man, a top tier man that paid for everything and took care of your life and provided with you the life that you wanted, is willing to die for you and all that good stuff, right? Does everything, a traditional man, would you get rid of your Instagram? And they say no. Why? That's why. That's why. They're saying no so they can keep tabs on some other options. That's why they say no. That's why their Instagram is public, not private. That's why they won't let you get into their Instagram and see what they're doing. They will not let you look in their DMs. That's why. Again, female game. I ain't mad. Ladies, if you can pull that off, you can get a guy to provide and you know, provide for you, protect you, be willing to die for you, take care of you and your children. When we talk about some of these women who have babies out, you know what I mean? You know, the baby mother, whatever, you know, single moms. If you can get all that provisioning and all that from this guy and still keep an Instagram, that's player. I ain't mad at you. That's big pimping right there. You get a seat at the table. Somebody get her a pimp cup. She needs a pimp cup because that's pimping. If you can swing that, ladies, I ain't mad at you at all. That's female game. But dude's talking about circling the block 2-3 years later. Think about how his game is working. He got people on an immediate rotation where he's smashing, and then an extended rotation that can last up to 3 years. And they hit him up. He's on his Instagram showing his highlight reel. And these women, like you said, all they have are good memories of this guy. Man, they'll come back over there. Boom. They back in the bed sleeping. He's back in the kitchen cooking. You feel me? It's right back to where it left off. And he gets another however much, 6 months out of it, 8 months out of it. Provided, she still maintain herself or whatever. Smashing. And yeah, she'll be doing that with him while she still has a boyfriend or ex or a situationship. It's all game, y'all. I ain't mad at either party. I'm not mad. But gentlemen, this is why y'all need to get y'all game up. If you don't want to run game, at least get to a point where you can recognize when game is being ran on you. Simple. Simple. Don't be mad. Figure it out. Welcome to the trenches, fellas. When you get out of these trenches and you in no man's land, ain't no rules. It's a free-for-all. So if you fail, that's your fault, shawty. It's your fault. Let's get back to it.
Talking, she's like, man, I never been to Virginia. You should let me come out. And ladies, I hope you're paying attention. These are not the Pookies and Ray Rays. These are.
And I want to stop it there real quick. She's like, she's saying, I've never been to Virginia. Or he's saying, and she's like, I've never been to Virginia. And he says, you should come out. He didn't say, I'll fly you out. She's going to fly out on her own dime. This guy's not going to have to pay a penny because she's coming for the experience that she know is waiting on her. She is going to pay for it. She'll fly from Oklahoma City to Virginia to hang out with this guy for an extended weekend because she knows how she's going to feel. She knows what's waiting on her. She's going to pay for the whole trip because she knows when she gets there, he's going to feed her. You know what I mean? He might even let her stay there for the weekend, maybe. He's going to entertain her, and then she's going to go back home. So all you guys out here flying these women out, oh, man, you know, this girl out here getting flued out, and then she show up and she don't want to do nothing with you, and you mad. What you mad about, bro? You don't have any game, bro. You haven't done anything. That woman might get, look, here's real game. There's probably women hollering at him, wanting to circle back to him a year, 2 years down the road, and she'll have her simpleton boyfriend pay for her to go to Virginia to hang out with this dude. Isn't that crazy? Isn't that crazy? To hang out with this guy. You know what I mean? To get that for the whole weekend, to live her fantasy for the weekend, then fly back and deal with her reality. Man, that game is pimp tight, yo.
The guys that you don't have to come into their lives and try and change anything. They don't fit any stereotype in regards to this man didn't have this. I had to go pick him up from work. He had to use my car. Absolutely not. These men have their stuff put together. They have careers. They may not be rich, but they got it. They got it together. And they in the gym. I keep stressing that. Go to the gym. It is the equalizer. So these are women that I didn't have any real relationship with. These are relationships that I cultivated based off of being honest. And the way that you cultivate those relationships is to make sure that you treat women well when they're in your presence. And I know a lot of guys, they like to say, well, yeah, I don't like to spend on women. But let me ask you guys a question. What's more expensive? Having a full-time girlfriend for months at a time. She's living with you. She's coming over every day. You got to take care of this woman. You got to spend money on her, and you have her all the time. Or is it more expensive to do the weekend thing and just spend on a little bit of groceries for snacks? You take her out on a nice dinner. You watch a couple movies. You cook for her. And then after the week over, you send her ass home. What's more expensive?
Yeah, why don't y'all sit there and do the math on that, man? Why don't y'all cipher that up real quick? Use your gazentas. Shout out to the Beverly Hillbillies. Use your gazentas and let me know which cost more. What dude's talking about these weekend rendezvous, perfect. And he's talking about groceries, right? So he's going to keep them at the crib for the most part. Go out and do some things. You can do a lot of free stuff. And he's talking about taking them out to eat. Hey, bro, on some stuff like that, bro, you could take her to Cheesecake Factory, man, or California Pizza Kitchen or something like that. And she will be more than happy with that. Cool little casual. Oh, let's go in here real quick, Dad. You know, bro, the game is perfect. The game is absolutely perfect. And he's right. Because most dudes are in relationships for years, not months. You got to live in and all that. Like your expenses go up, not down. And most of the time, it's not 50-50. Most of the time, the dudes are paying more. Oh, she's going to pay what? A part of half the cable bill? All right. She's going to pay half the rent? I doubt it. But let's say she's paying half the rent. But you're still paying for all of the groceries. You're probably paying for her cell phone because she's going to, oh, can you help me with this? You're paying for all of the experiences, every trip, every time you go out. You go to a comedy club and watch that, or you go out to watch a concert. You know what I mean? You're paying for all that. So now, bro, what he's talking about, way cheaper, way more cost effective. And you don't have to worry about the drama because she's only there for the weekend. I mean, he stepped his game up when he's talking about we flying women out. Well, they're flying themselves out. You got women, they're not even in town. Maybe that was the answer to my question. Like, well, how does he keep these women from just popping up? They don't live there. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. And that's why he takes them to the crib, because they don't live there. So he's not worried about them popping up, pulling up whenever they want, having a ghetto cousins and brothers and whatnot showing up. They're in a different state. Bro, and you heard what he said about getting into the gym. You still got to work on yourself. You got to stay sharp. No cheat code for that. There's no workaround for that. Get into the gym, fellas.
Y'all tell me. So that's why I never had an issue with paying for anything, because it wasn't consistent. I didn't have to pay for her consistently because she lived her life, and I only seen her about 2 times out of the month. Or if we go to the mall, we go candle shopping, buy her a couple candles, because women like to help you out. So that's why I've never.
This is scary. No, I'm calling it. I'm calling it now. This is scary. He said he wanted to scare me. Not the candle shop. Not. Y'all know. I'm a candle hoe. I am a candle and a home decor hoe. I admit it. I will not repent, Lord. I'm just going to be a hoe. I'm sorry. I need the candles. Somebody's just going to clip the whole part. So congratulations. But this,
Fellas, I'm telling y'all, man, like you heard what Melanie just said. She's all about the candles. She's all about home decor. Bro, how you do it, man? Preparing a meal for a woman is great, but when you can prepare a meal for a woman and have her on the patio, have her by the pool, man, I'm telling you, bro. I'm telling you. And someone like, like when I have women, like well-traveled women, and the ones that do make it into the crib, and they kind of looking around, they see the paintings, they see, they see the little statuettes and stuff like that. I mean, hell, man, I got pieces of the Berlin Wall in my house on display. People come through there like, yo, is this really from the Berlin Wall? Like, yeah. Like, yeah, I got 2 chunks of the Berlin Wall. I mean, they're small. Like, but yeah. I got stuff I've got that I found in South Korea, China, Japan, stuff that I found in Saudi Arabia that I have. I mean, I travel. I bring stuff back. My house is kind of like a mini travel museum. I've lost so many things. I've lost some of my most prized paintings. I've lost just dealing with some madness or whatever. It sucks, but you just have to build it up again. I mean, I've lost some really good, like certified paintings that I don't even want to talk about it. I get mad, but it is what it is. You just go out and get some more. You go out and get some more. So this is what Mel's talking about. This sort of game, I'm telling you, it's hard to defeat. Most women, I mean, the overwhelming majority of women will fall for this game.
This is game. This is game because the candles signify like he cares about your opinion. Like you said, we giving her some type of domain or whatever, making her feel like comfortable. Like, what do you want to smell in my house? And then also getting her some candles, not high investment, but it means so much to a woman because it's different than like shopping for clothes and all that foolishness. But like candles for my house, I want you to be part of my house. This is how women interpret things like this. This is how I would. My opinion matters. I'm such an important woman in his life that he wants me to pick them out. He wants to make sure I feel comfortable at his place and it smells good. And we have the matching candles like at my place. And he called it a single serving relationship. I haven't heard of that before. It's a single serving. It's not a real relationship. It's just a single serving.
And the women can't get mad when it's over because he never lied. Brilliant. It's his brilliant game. Brilliant. Everything that she extrapolated from that, everything, matching candles at his house, candles at my house, the slippers, feeling comfortable, right? Her hamster wheel has taken off. Her reality, the world she's creating in her mind versus what's going on in real life. Two completely different things. And mind you, she's like, oh, we got matching candles, we're doing all this stuff. And dude's like, what? I see them maybe at most twice a month. Bro. Now, if you a dude who's looking for a relationship, you can't run this game. You can't. This is why most guys don't have game. Most guys don't want to do this. Most men just want a woman at home that loves, honor, and respects them. These guys will work themselves to death. They will die for this woman, start a family, and do everything for their family. That's what most men want. The majority of men want that, but it's hard to find today. It's hard to find today. So if men want to be able to just get sexual access, to get some Foxy Brown, to reproduce, they're going to have to get some sort of game. But most men would not be able to master this kind of game because it's not what they want. It is empty. It sounds good and everything, but at the end of the day, it's empty because it's a constant rotation. And you, as a guy, you cannot allow yourself to be attached to any of these women or it all falls apart. It's one of those things. It's one of those things. And the longer you run this type game, the more faith you lose in women in general. Like, man, they all fall for it. I can't believe not one has saw through this game. So you start looking at women differently. But it is what it is. Most guys, though, and I want to stress this, most men want one woman. She doesn't have to be a dime. She could be a 5. He just wants an average woman that loves, honors, and respects him, and he will pedestalize her. He will love her and do everything he can to keep her happy. That's what most dudes want. One woman. They don't want to run game. I just want to stress that. I really want to stress that. A lot of these guys in the manosphere, these guys in the RP world, they talk the talk, but they don't walk the walk. They really just want one woman. They learn a little bit of game. It works on some girl, and they're shocked, and then they revert back to their old ways, pedestalizing and this, that, and the third. It is what it is. So, gentlemen you gentlemen out there who are trying to figure it out, you got work to do. Right? This player in this type of game is not for all y'all. But you're gonna have to figure out a way to get the woman you want. You're gonna have to utilize some variant of game. You're gonna have to vet her, and hopefully, if you do it right, she'll fall for you. She'll respect you. She'll honor you. She'll get rid of her Instagram, stuff like that. She'll stop wearing the 304 uniform, stuff like that. But I'm telling you, it's not easy, gentlemen. It's very, very difficult. Lady Navoa is in the house. What's good, love? Good to see you. Always a pleasure to see you. Let's continue with the video.
I am thankful to this man to put me on game because you guys know I have not been on the dating market in 16 years. So I don't know what's out here today. So, but this right here, this is teaching me so much because a man like this would fool me. And I would be stupid enough to invest one, if a guy's not looking for a relationship, I'm not dealing with him. I mean, that's off the first thing. But let's just say I really am attracted and I get into my feelings, I'm down bad or whatever the situation is, just I'm feeling the conversation. I may get into a place where I can change his mind. Even women who know these things in the dating coach realm and all of that, even game can be run on us. And absolutely. So women, you need to listen to this and learn. And men, I know y'all taking notes.
Hey, women, I don't know what y'all can learn from this other than it's hard to come away from your own nature. I mean, it is what it is. He's presenting. It's kind of like that trap. There's video out there of this trap. Like this is like this little bitty hole, and like it's like a primate, like a monkey will crawl through the hole. There's enough room in for the monkey to crawl through the hole, and then they grab the thing, whatever the thing is, they grab it and they try to get out the hole and they can't because they have to let it go in order to get out the hole to be safe. So they just hold on to it and it's a trap. This guy is presenting what most women want, if not all women. So they crawl through the little hole and they grab onto it and it's a trap. They can't get out with it. They got to let it go in order to get out. That's the game he's running. It's a great game. It's a great game. Sister Lady Navoa, I'm always here even when you don't see me, Deacon. I appreciate that, love. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate that. Another one for you.
I know y'all taking notes. Don't lie. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You're nasty, boy. You're nasty.
Yes, ma'am.
Never had an issue with pain. And also, guys, if you have a skill set in anything, your profession, and you can teach a woman something, and I've touched on this before, you need to be able to teach these women something before they leave your house, because they'll never forget that. I've taught women how to buy homes. I've taught women how to invest in the stock market. And I'm also a certified combat arms instructor. Most women do not know how to shoot. They have weapons, or they may want to get a weapon, and they've never been to the gun range. So you know what I do? Lean into it.
Bro, when I first got home, this was in 90. I got home in 94. So around 96, 95, 96. I met this cool young woman who was never in the streets. I came up on her on some cold approach stuff. Came up on her, real cute, had her own apartment and everything, was doing her own stuff. I was waiting to get into the FAA. And man, she was so on to everybody's game. Her shield stayed up. No one was able to penetrate her defenses. No one penetrate. No one was able to penetrate her defenses, right? So, I took her for the typical ice cream date, took her out for breakfast. All right, cool. We doing all that. That was my standard. I could tell I wasn't getting anywhere. So we had breakfast. Breakfast was pretty good. The conversation was cool, but I'm thinking to myself, like, this is gonna be the last time I see this woman. If I don't get some sort of indication that it's gonna be worth more time. Because I'm looking at this woman like she's gonna make me wait months. And I wasn't trying to do that. So I took her to the range. She'd never fired a weapon before. Took her to the range. Changed everything. It changed everything. That cost me $40. That included the rental. Again, it was a long time ago. That included the rental and the ammo. We went to the range. We fired 9mm. We fired 38 special and 357. Went through a box of ammo for each weapon. My goodness. I mean, that just destroyed her shields. All the shields came down. It was on. So what he's talking about with this firearms training thing, bro? Yes, sir, that works. And if you're going to take a woman out to the range, make sure you know the weapon. Because there's other thing he's talking about, teaching a woman something. Yes, women want leaders. Fresh and Fit talks about this all the time. The Manosphere talks about this all the time. Women want men that are superior to them. They want men that they look up to, the respect, that they could teach them things. That's what they want, man. There's nothing wrong with that. So don't take them to a range thinking this is a cheat code and you don't know how to properly use the weapons. She's going to look at you like a clown. Make sure you know what you're doing. Make sure it could be, firearms. It could be archery. It could be anything. If you can teach a woman something, bro, I'm telling you, that's what's up. She will never forget that. I've taught women how to cook certain dishes. I've taught women how to basically like how to clean their home or change different things. Like I taught women how to change a toilet seat out, something stupid like that. If you can teach a woman how to change her oil or do her brakes, I'm telling you, bro, that gets you so far. She did a good job.
Every woman that I deal with, I always teach them how to handle a firearm. I always teach them how to shoot, and I always teach them how to maintain a firearm. This is something that most women do not know how to do. So I'm adding a little bit of value to their lives because of the fact that they're going to leave and be like, you know what, girl? He taught me how to shoot a weapon. He taught me all of this stuff, girl. She's going to talk about you in a positive light. And also, I told the story where I taught this woman how to buy a home because she was scared that she didn't qualify. I walked her through the process. Until this day, she still thanks me for the home that she bought. Same thing with learning how to cook. I know how to cook. My mom taught me how to cook. So I made sure that every woman that I dealt with, I would show them, hey, you know, this is how you cook this, because I grew up in California. I know how to cook Mexican food. So tacos are my specialty. It's damn near like 10, 20 women out there that think I only cook tacos for them because I made it a special thing for them. They always request that I make tacos. And the only reason why I'm telling you guys all this is because of the fact that these are the intangibles. A lot of men aren't born with, you know, are blessed with the genetics of height. And I'm going to keep saying this. I'm 5'8" and 3/4, 5'10" with Tims. So I've done very well in the dating market. And that all comes from being honest. So I want women to listen to this. And I want them to understand that there is a subset of men who are really honest and telling you that, hey, I'm not ready to settle down. But if you want to kick it, we can do that. And that's where y'all fail. Because you'll see this man, you're aroused by him, you like the way he treats you, and you get involved with this guy thinking that you can change him. But it's not going to happen. He doesn't present as a Pookie or Ray Ray. He ain't got a bunch of baby mamas. He is not the loud alpha in the group. He's not the typical rapper that's a multi-millionaire and things of that nature. No, these guys are taking care of their business. They're on their purpose, and they just want some female company from time to time. Your job as a woman is not to fall into that trap. But women will hear this, and they will look at this guy, and they will go out there on the dating market and think that you can change him when you cannot. You
Facts. That's how you wrapped it up. Facts. You can't change that, y'all. You can't change it. They're out there. There are dudes out there that know what they're doing. There are dudes out there that know what they're doing. That's just the bottom line. And shout out to them. They know what they're doing. There's all sorts of game. There's variant on the game he's talking about. He's talking about the cooking. My macaroni and cheese, like the mac and cheese that I make is really, really good. If there's a barbecue, I bring mac and cheese and baked beans. The beans are so sweet that I call them candy beans. And mac and cheese. I have never gone to an event, a barbecue, and had to come back with extra, like people didn't eat all of the food that I brought, ever. It's never happened. The mac and cheese goes so fast. And, you know, I can't tell you how many women come up to me wanting to talk about that mac and cheese. And every now and then, it's a dime. Every now and then. You think you can show me how to make that? Sure. I could come over and show you. You know, go to the grocery store, buy the ingredients, and it won't take but a few hours. Just, hit me up. Fellas, I said be good at something. You know what I mean? I'm good at that. The French toast, my French toast is excellent, bro. You know what I mean? My pancakes from scratch is so good. I'm good at that. I'm good at weapons. I'm real good at weapons and weapons training. Real good at that. Go out there and fire a weapon. Take that AR out there. Take the AK out there. Take that 12 gauge out to the range. Women love it. They absolutely love it. Sometimes they get a little bruise on their shoulder or whatever, but they love, like, oh, I got a little bruise. Picking up their weapons and letting them go. You know what I mean? I take them out with the 380. Let's start with 380 or the 38 special. I'll take the 357 and I'll put 38 special rounds in there because you can do that. 357 Magnums also fire 38 special rounds. So the recoil isn't as bad. So I'll do that. It's not as bad. Get them familiar with that weapon. And then I'll put in some 357 ammo and I'll fire it a few times. They're like, ooh, that thing has a kick. You want to try it? Okay, because they're comfortable. They're confident. I showed them how to do it. Man, oh man, you want to talk about someone getting excited, getting aroused? They pull the hammer back on that 357, let it go. Boom. Bro, they don't even know why. These are all different elements. There are guys out there who they run that entertainment game. They're poets. They're good with wordplay. They kill a game. Poets kill the game. Musicians kill the game. You don't have to be rich. You don't have to be tall. This guy said, like, he's short dude. He's experienced. He cleans up well, and he's running rotations like it ain't nothing. There are no excuses, gentlemen. Be the best version of yourself. Work on yourself. Invest in yourself. Not for women, but when you become the best version of yourself, you will gain the qualities that women are most attracted to, and women will come as a byproduct. Simple. Simple. So I'm done with this, man. I hope y'all enjoyed it. That was fun. You know what I mean? Shout out to Mel King. That's my people. She hasn't done a live in a while. I hope she does a live. Maybe she'll do one tonight. I take that back. She did a live last night on Instagram. I was out and about and I just happened to see it. And then she had guys actually jumping on, you know, she was like, you know, sharing the screen and actually sharing a live with them. I don't do a lot of Instagram stuff. But I don't know, maybe because I like working with her. I'm trying to get her on this platform. Maybe if she does another live on Instagram, maybe I'll jump on. I don't know. I doubt it though. But if she does a YouTube live, I'll definitely jump on that because I want to talk to her about this. This guy has her scared. I'm telling you, that's a real game. And I told her, I said, Mel, because she was on me about rotations. I'm like, yeah, I was running rotations, this and that. I can't believe women would get into a rotation. Mel would get into a rotation with a dude like this and just not know it. She just won't know it. So I hope y'all enjoyed that. I'm done. Brother Carr's car. Thanks, DL Saint, for burning the candle where birth ends. Yeah, sir. I gotta every day. We gotta be on here, yo. Brother, we gotta be on here on YouTube. I'm just looking at the analytics. I gotta get it going. So you're gonna continue to see shorts. You're gonna continue to see the YouTube shorts. You're gonna continue to see the live streams every day. So thanks for rocking with me, bro. Have a great upcoming week to all. Same to you, brother. Brother Damon, thanks again, man, for coming through. Thanks to everyone who's in here checking this out. This was fun. I hope you enjoyed it. Yeah, I know I did. And again, shout out to Mel King, man. It was so funny watching that, man. First time I watched it, I laughed out loud a couple times. I'm like, yo, game trumps all. Remember that, people. Don't ever forget it. All right, I'm DL Saint. This is the DL Saint I Really Want to Know podcast. I'm going to holler at y'all later. Peace.
Darn, that's the end.
Get your game up.